she talking about. But nah, man, I had to jump on live real quick because after I got through my affirmations and everything like that, hopefully y'all can hear me. But we about to enter 2024, and I was just realizing, I'm like, man, I really am a blessed dude. Why do I say that a lot? Because everything that I got, you know, I have worked extremely hard for, and I was like at a point where I was like, man, how am I finna keep everything that I got? And so I had a conversation with the guy at the dealership today because I had to take my truck in for oil change and stuff like that, you know. And I was blessed enough that he covered it. It's not his first time or nothing doing it. It's just I asked, I was like, hey, could you give me? I kind of went through a little rough patch and stuff. And yes, this is pineapple water for those that was like curious, like what's that stuff floating? It's pineapples. But we just was talking, and it's certain people I could confine with because of the fact that we're in the same situation. Like I don't I don't get no check. Like the money I make for my businesses when everything is paid off, like when my rent, insurance is paid off, when I pay for like samples of merchandise and all that stuff, the upkeep of the websites and everything of that nature, that's when I pocket. So I make sure everything is taken care of. Like the business comes before me, right? And business, has slowed up. And when things have slowed up, it was like, well, dang, what do we do here? So I was having that talk with him, and he was just dropping some jewels on me, like, you know, man, he was like, I pray every day, man. I ask. He was like, he asked God, and I was like, okay. He said he just asked, and there was just certain things he had to remove from his life. So, one of the things he was talking about family, and I was like, man, family. He was like, because some family members don't get it. Like when you're building a brand or you're starting from the ground up with nothing, it does require sacrifice. It does require, hey, you not profiting for a year or two or even three, maybe four. Because when they taught us in business, they were like, you have a business within 5 years. The number one thing in business is to sell something every single day, no matter what. And when it comes to building a brand, Rick Ross said it best. He said, you got to do 10 years. Put 10 years on it. Ice Cube said it. He said, you may have to go 5 years without making a quarter. If you can't go 5 years without making a quarter, then nah, being an entrepreneur, being a business owner is not for you. I'm pretty sure everybody heard of this. They talk about the quadrants. You got employed, which is like the vast majority of people, like I want to say like 65%. And then you got out of the 65% that are employed, you got maybe I don't know, don't quote me on the numbers or the percentages and nothing, I'm just going off the top. You got maybe, let's say 15% that's self-employed. Those are the Uber drivers, the Lyft drivers, the barbershop, your barber, your nail tech, your stylist, those people, and there's others that go along in that category. So let's say you got 50% of that, so that's 70%, right? And let's say you may got I'm thinking, give me a second. 70%. Let's say 20% are investors. Those are the people that like invest in, like, you know, buying out businesses and stuff like that. Those that like invest in companies. You like the shareholders, if you know what a shareholder is. Those are people who buy shares within the company, and with doing so, they have ownership within it and everything like that. So the perfect example of that could be someone who lives in a condo. You know, you have ownership within that building to say like, hey, you know, you all vote on what goes on, what needs to be fixed and all that stuff, right? So that's kind of like what a shareholder is. So what I say, you got like maybe 25% of that, and then you got the 15%. Again, don't quote me on the percentages, don't quote me on the numbers of people that are business owners. These are the people who have employees and staff members up under them, you know, that are handling their business. And so like I was on that right quadrant. That's where I try to get to, because I've had, you know, a team of 10 working for Shift Squad of Black Guys and Goddess, you know, doing the marketing of it and everything like that. You know, I have a guy who makes all the apparel in Pakistan and ships directly from the factory, distributor as I like to call it. You know, someone who makes the stuff and then they ship it direct, so I don't have to worry about shipping. He takes care of that. And you know, when things got slow, you know, I wasn't able to even schedule my photo shoot for the fall. And you know, like I said, I've been grateful that he's been, you know, patient with me and all that stuff. And you know, he understands. And so when we was but back to the story. Me and my guy at the dealership, my man's was we was talking, and he was like, you know, boom, man, I stopped hanging with certain family members because certain family members, you know, they don't get the, you know, how much money you pour into a business and all this stuff. They don't understand the time it takes, and they just want, and they don't even bother to sit and have a conversation with me and see how I'm doing and stuff. They only like what I can do for them. And I was like, dang, that hit home. Cause some people are like that in life. Like they just like what you could do for them. Like they don't really care about how you feel. And I had to sit back because when I was going through what I was going through, I could count on a single hand how many people called and was like, hey, how you feeling? Hey, how's it going? You know, that's what I'm saying in 2024. Like, I'm only helping those who've helped me. And it's not even a financial thing. And I wish people would understand that. It's not even a financial thing. It's a, hey, I want to make sure you was alive. Hey, you okay? Is, you know, I know you're going through something. I just want to make sure you're okay and everything like that. Or, hey, did you take care of that stuff you needed to take care of? Because sometimes I might just be in a funk where it's like, oh man, I'm supposed to do this, or I'm supposed to make this phone call, I'm supposed to have this meeting with this person, and I've done that, you know, within the year and stuff. Like, I'm always learning like new ways of how to generate passive income and everything. Those who know me, they know like, well, you know, I don't post my life on what I do. I don't post everything that I do, you know. Certain things, you know, so, you know, now I'm like, well, let me just talk about it. It might touch somebody. It might reach somebody. Somebody might need to hear this. And it's like, you know, believe in yourself and keep pushing for what you need to do. And the sacrifice might be family. Hey, man, I can't come to the barbecue this time. You know, I got to work on this. Hey, nah, I can't attend this family function because I got this going on. they're either gonna understand it or they're not gonna understand it. It's hard to have a conversation with people when you're trying to be on the right side and they are so fixated on the left side. That's where the clash comes in at. Because like even when I had a talk with my mom about business and stuff, she had to say, hey, I don't know nothing about that. It's not my expertise. And it's like if she finally had said that, and when she said it, I was like, finally. And so it was like, okay, I had to talk to certain people that are in the field of what I'm doing, of those who like either are good at it or those that are going through this fire that I'm going through. And in 2024, I'm going to surround myself more with those people. Those are the people that I'm going to be spending like the most of my time with. Those who are like the guy at the dealership. He has he got property. That was my project before the podcast. My project was to get into some property. Get into the mobile home business where I buy lots, I buy mobile homes, I fix them up, and I rent them out. That's my plan of 2024. You know, well, he's in real estate. Okay, well, he has property. All right, I need to talk to him. Hey, what do I need to do? How did you go about acquiring your first piece of property? I told him like, man, I didn't know if I could talk to you outside the scope of my rental business that I started up. And he was like, yeah. So when we got to talking, I was like, I'm gonna be talking to you more about life, because I honestly just thought this is all he does is just sell cars. This is his job. Nah, he, he just had a job for tax purposes, and that's another convo we gotta have, and stuff. So he's like, yeah, this is just for tax purposes, man. This ain't my, I was like, dang, I didn't know. And you never know who does who and who does what until you ask. And that was just my take on it. Like, don't, man, look, everybody's not inspiring to be a business owner or entrepreneur, and that's fine. But if you are inspiring to be an entrepreneur or you are a business owner, you have to link with those that are in that same field. You can't link with the people that are not, because they're not going to understand. It's like sitting at every business person, every entrepreneur, every business owner and every entrepreneur had this happen to them. You know, uh, family guys, I say we all sitting at the table and everything. And what's the one thing everybody talk about? Work. What do they do? So, people talk about, oh, my boss did this, blah, blah, blah. And man, the job is da 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 da. And you just sitting there like, mm-hmm. Oh, okay. And everybody, they all talking to you, you're just sitting there like, uh-huh, yeah. Mm. Oh, damn. Oh, damn, boss doing that. And sometimes, and I'll be like, well, if you going through all this with this employer, why don't you just walk away? Why don't you just quit? And what do they all say? Man, I got bills. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, you're in the employee market. I mean, you can find other stuff, and some people don't want to, and some people don't, they're so comfortable at the job, at that particular job, that they don't want to leave. They're afraid to leave. When the country and everything was shut down, look how many people was panicking, committed suicide and stuff like that, because they were so fixated on their job. They didn't invest. They didn't generate another stream of passive income. And when we say passive income. We're talking about money that's coming in without you having to do anything. Being able to have access to cash without you having to work for it. You've heard the term, let your money work for you. You don't work for money. There's always something happening up here at this 7-Eleven, man. Every time I pass through here when I'm going to Indiana to get some gas and stuff, it's always something happening at this 7-Eleven. I thought it was closed. No, they closed until it was 11:30. So, with the investments and stuff that I have, and now I'm going to, invest even harder now. It was just that, you can't rely on the employer because things can happen to the point the company does downsize. And if you're out now, you're like, well, fuck, what am I going to do? That's the worst feeling to be in when you're like, man, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. And, everybody ain't got money like that. Like, everybody ain't going to be like, hey, well, I can't, hey, can I hold a couple dollars? And they're gonna be like, I ain't got it, cause they going through their own stuff. So it's like you gotta learn how to manage your money as well. That's why, I sacrifice so much to get to where I'm at, and I just look and I be like, wow, like partying out. Anybody who knows me know I like going out. I like having a good time. But unfortunately, because of where I am heading, what I am manifesting, and where I'm going to, can't do that. And I realize how much money I spent going out, like hundreds, thousands when I was going out. I'm like, if I'd have cut out less partying and stuff, I'm talking like before we're talking like college. I'm talking basically mostly college, because when it came to basketball, like I wasn't doing much partying of that nature anyway. When it came to basketball, once I had an agent, I was like I was barely doing that, because I was in that gym. I had different tryouts and stuff. And now that stopped, I just focused on my business and stuff like that. And, getting back to being able to hire a staff to market and all that stuff, where I could ease off from the marketing and focus more on the creativity, the design, and where the business needs to be. And so, what are you willing to sacrifice to get to where you want to in life? What is your game plan? What is your end goal? And some people don't have that end goal. They're just cruising through life. They're just like going through the motion. How many times have you talked to someone and you're like, hey, what's your plan in the next 5 years? They be like, I don't know. I think that's the worst mindset to have. I don't know. I can't talk with the I don't know people. When I ask someone, hey, what's your plans in the next 5 years? Next 5 years, how old am I? I am this age. Okay, I'm doing this right now. I'm going to get it to where I want to be here by that time frame. I should have this around that time frame. I want to be able to start a family around that time frame, and then also around there I want to be able to have such, whether it's more investments. I want to have multiple properties, or I want to be able to move up within the company within that time frame for a bigger salary. Whatever. They have a plan. I don't knows. What do? I'm like, the I don't knows mostly be partying a lot. Them the ones you seeing at the club. Them the ones you seeing at the bar. Them the I don't knows. They just going through life. They just coasting. And sure, things may not work out as according to plan, but that's why it's so important to know how to pivot. If you don't know how to pivot, then man, you get stuck in you fall behind. I just wanted to get that off my chest to you all on my personal channel and everything like that. Please hit the like and subscribe if you liked it. This is just a talk. I ain't even really tell nobody this. This was just something that was, on my mind, the particular time and everything of that nature. So hopefully, like, this reaches out to someone, someone might need to hear this. But we're about to go into 2024, new beginnings, new blessings, new walks of life, and you can't be afraid to cut dead weight off for those that aren't not benefiting you in a positive way. What I mean by that, I like people. I hate a yes person. I really hate yes people that always agree with everything you say and everything that you do. I hate it. I like those that tell me their honest opinion. Hey, Charles, that's a good idea, but bro, I think you really should do this. Or, hey, nah, man, that wasn't cool what you did. Or, hey, nah, I don't think that's gonna work because of this. Oh, okay. You know, but what is it? Today is Friday. Yeah, it's Friday, man. Shoot. Yeah, man, I've been so busy with the Heartbeat Arena podcast. Just coming up with how I gotta work on the format and everything of that nature. Come up. We got the topics for the first episode, but I'm finna come up with like the topics it takes for the remainder of the year and everything like that. So that way, my other host, he could just start researching and start giving his takes and everything. And so that's the plan. I went to the grocery store earlier, got me some fruit. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna go back and get like some food, more food to cook, and I might go live tomorrow where I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking and we just talking again. you know that's probably what I got to get better at, posting, knowing when I'm gonna go live, so you all could interact with me, we could talk, we could have a conversation and everything of that nature. That's the point of this, so you all get an insight of what a trillionaire looks like, what a trillionaire is becoming, how to manifest things to reality, how to speak things into existence, speak life into yourself and onto others and everything. And sometimes it's just, man, like I said, I want to be able to go live and we just, we in the living room, we watching the game and we just critiquing the game and all that stuff. So make sure, again, subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, it goes a long way, of course. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the like and subscribe for the actual Heartbeat Arena podcast. The link is in the description on my personal channel page and everything like that. Like I said, it's gonna be fire. You all do not want to miss any episodes and stuff like that, man. We got some stuff for you all. Till next time, I gotta go back to this dang on gas station because earlier today I like my vehicle smelling good, right? You know what I'm saying? I like the freshness, the good smell of my vehicles, and I had got, well, it's raining, so I ain't get the truck washed or nothing, but I'm vacuuming it out and wiping the seats down and everything like that, and I'm noticed the dude gave me like 2-3 different fresheners, and I'm like, nah, bro, I asked for specifically these, but he's not paying attention. I don't know if he spazzed out or what, but now I'm like, let me just go up here and get these fresheners and stuff like that, and then go on about my night. But yeah, I'm gonna be working on this podcast, working on the format and everything of that nature, working on, like, within the next 5-6 months, bringing our guests, bringing our actual first guest on and stuff like that. And so, all right, y'all, enjoy your night. I'm definitely about to enjoy mine.